Hi Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. Here's your horoscope for August 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, buckle up because we have some heavy energy coming in this month. I'm not trying to be negative, not trying to scare you, but at least you have a heads up of the kind of energy that we have. And some of it has to do with your ruler Jupiter right over here, which is in Gemini now, and Mars is also in Gemini, and they will be tag teaming each other here in this month, around the middle of the month, causing a lot of friction or restlessness or surrounding a lot of people around you, and so this is a very monumental month for energy. So when we look at the astrology and we see heavy alignments coming in like this, you'll feel it as either heavy pressure, you'll feel it as responsibility, you'll feel irritation or confusion. So it's better to be forewarned than to go into it going, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. No, think of everything as energy. Anyway, this reading is for anyone who has a sun sign in Sagittarius or has a rising sign in Sagittarius. This is a general sun sign reading, Western astrology, tropical, whole house system. It's a very general reading because I don't have everybody's birth chart, and everyone's birthday and birth chart is completely different. Okay, so as we begin the month here, we have the sun going through Leo, which is very positive, and we also have Venus going through Leo, which is also very positive in the 9th house. So many of you are focusing on the future. Maybe you're doing some traveling, reading, learning something new. Maybe you're interested in politics, meaning of life. All of that stuff is on the board as we begin the month of August. But that is going to quickly change by the middle of the month. Okay, so your ruler Jupiter is now moving forward, like I said, in the 7th house, and Mars is there too. So many of you are feeling extra social, wanting to be around other people. Maybe you're meeting new people. Maybe you're in a new environment, a new home, a new situation that you're being forced to meet new people, which is kind of normal. Okay, but as we start off the new month, we have this new moon in Leo on the 4th, which is very positive, actually. It's going to be at 12 degrees of Leo, so wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. And it's going to be making favorable aspects to Jupiter, your ruler, and Mars in Gemini. So it's, again, suggesting traveling, learning, education, teaching, meaning of life, purpose. And you're doing it with a nice little smile on your face, because these are happy alignments. These are very favorable alignments for Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. Okay, so nothing wrong here, nothing out of the ordinary for a Sagittarius. So this new moon at 12 degrees of Leo is suggesting themes of having more fun, being more playful, exploring, seeing things from a different perspective, learning something new or creating something new. Venus is also involved here, as you can see here. They're all in Leo. So this could be a very favorable time to start a new project or something from the past that resurfaces that you want to draw your attention to. Now, speaking of new moon, I found this online here, this free moon reading. So if you want to know where your moon was at your birth, you fill out the information and they send you a little mini report, and it's totally free. And I thought this would be a nice little way for you guys to enjoy at least understanding a part of your own personality. Now, the website will probably try and upsell you something, but you don't have to buy anything. That's totally up to you. But it's a very good website, and I thought, this would be something fun for everybody. So anyway, check it out. I left the link down below. So the astrology looks really good at the beginning of the month of August. But then quickly things start taking a turn. But not until about the 10th to the 14th. But on the 5th, we have Venus going into Virgo. Now, Venus in Virgo does not work too well because Venus is about partnerships and wanting fairness and equality, and, it wants peace and quiet. Virgo is very analytical and is constantly searching for perfection and feels irritated about every little thing because they can't seem to find the perfection in their lives. So we see right away Venus going into your 10th house of career. So many of you are questioning your purpose, where you're going, where do I want to go? I'm not sure. Maybe you're in a relationship or a business relationship that's kind of on the rocks. And so this is all going to be on the table this month. But as soon as Venus enters Virgo, it immediately makes a connection to Pluto in the 3rd house. So this is very important conversations that you're going to have with another person or a group of people. And it could be anything from the family dynamics to where you want to go. What are we doing here? You know, it could be anything. It really depends on your own birth chart. But an inconjunct between Pluto and Venus can be some disruptions in personal relationships. You know, not being on the same page, misunderstandings, confusion. Especially when we look right next to it here, we have Mercury in stationary position before it goes retrograde. So there's the next alignment that's a little tricky. Mercury is going to go retrograde from about the 4th and 5th all the way through about the 28th in this 10th house of career and status. So because these two are going to be very close to each other and they're going to be making a connection to Pluto, once again, we're seeing some disruptive energy in terms of communication, other people, maybe career matters, maybe you're having some issues with your business or your job, or you're uncertain about the direction you're taking your business and your job, and you're going to be on the fence, and you're going to be restless, and you're going to overthink everything. Because remember, Jupiter and Mars are both in Gemini, which means overanalyzing, overthinking, over-worrying. And so this is where the trend starts to change. Even though we had the positive new moon of Leo in the 9th house, this other stuff is starting to anchor us down, you know, with the past and the uncertainty of it all. Okay, so you know, if you don't feel comfortable making a decision or a move or a change or something that you want to move forward with, don't make the move, because it's not a good energy. It doesn't feel right, and you're not going to go into it with confidence. You're going to go into it with a sort of a wishy-washy energy, which will manifest itself in some sort of doubt and, you know, may not work out the way you want it to. Okay, just that's how it works. But here we have now the energy really starts to ramp up on the 14th as Mars conjuncts Jupiter, your ruler, at 16 degrees of Gemini. So here we're seeing the energy really ramped up. So whatever you got started at the beginning of the month, now going into the 14th, the energy is really strong. Lots of communication, lots of discussions, lots of processing and planning or thinking and overthinking stuff. Because Mars and Jupiter, especially in the sign of Gemini, is going to bring in too much information that the brain cannot disseminate, and it can't process it fast enough. And on that particular day, we also have the transiting moon at 17 degrees of Sagittarius. So this directly involves you in a partnership. But when we look deeper, we also have a square to Saturn in the 4th house. So something to do with your home life, your foundation, your location of your business or your home in some way. Something about your general foundation is going to be in the mix. So we see a giant T-square developing right here, which is pressure. Forcing you to change in some way. But when we look at the top of the chart, we also see Venus at 11 degrees. This is only 5 degrees away. What's again creating that giant cross. Here is the giant cross in astrology. And so this is a lot of pressure having to do with business or your status or a partnership or a relationship that is really going to go through some trials and tribulations at this time. Okay? And that's the best way I could describe it to you. So depending on where this actually activates in your chart, those will be the areas that get lit up. But Mercury retrogrades back into Leo on the 15th. That doesn't help much either. It's just more of a review period. You know, you're gonna go over in your mind, I made this choice, I got this, I'm not sure about this. And one of the reasons is not because it went back into Leo, but because it is making terrible aspects to 2 other planets. So here we have 29 degrees on the 15th of Leo, and look at Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. This is an inconjunct. Confusing, uncertain, I'm not sure. Is this what I'm supposed to do? That is all going to be going through your head at this time. Then we have another aspect over here, which is very tricky, and it's going to be a square coming into Uranus. And Uranus is sudden change, sudden revelation, surprises, not wanting to do things in the same way. So now we have that energy coming in. So you have both of these being activated while the giant T-square is still being activated. So you could see what I'm talking about when I say there's tremendous amounts of energy here that is really going to set us all, feeling irritated or frustrated or wanting to make a move or a change in our lives. Okay, so please don't take it personally like you're the only one going through this. Everyone's going to feel this energy. Okay, it's just a matter of how you deal with it. All right. So, but wait, the big news this month is the full moon on the 19th. But it's not just the full moon in Aquarius that's going to be active. And I'm going to show you a little bit more. So the full moon will be at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So wherever that is in your birth chart, it's going to be active in that area. It'll be opposing the sun at 27 degrees. Mercury retrograde will also be conjunct the sun. So self-expression, uncertainty about your direction, what's going on in the world, what do you want? Whatever it is that you're doing, there's a lot of pressure or energy here. Now, what makes this one so difficult is we also have an exact T-square to Uranus. So this has to do with health matters, your daily routine, how you function. It could have something to do with pets as well, if you have pets. So we have a giant T-square here that's being active on the nose, 27 degrees across the board with all three of these. Okay, so this is supercharged full moon in Aquarius. Surprises are in the mix. It could be in your own personal life. It could be the nonsense going on in the political theater. It could be something going on in the world with the weather, or some strangeness with rumblings of war, or whatever chaos and nonsense the psychopathic elite are planning. This is what we also have in the mix. Okay, but on a personal level, it will be high energy. But wait, there's more. At the same time this is happening, Venus will square Jupiter, your ruler. Venus here will be at 17 degrees. It's at 18 now because I had to set the rising sign in Sagittarius. It'll be exactly at 17 degrees in your 10th house of career and status. It'll be squaring Jupiter at 17 degrees. So once again, we're looking at a very difficult alignment. A square is a difficult alignment or a need to adjust to something. So we have the T-square going on here. And then we also have, wait, there's more. Jupiter will square Saturn. Saturn is also at 17 degrees in the 4th house of home, feeling, and foundation. So we have another T-square that's developed here between Venus and Saturn and your ruler Jupiter. Once again, two T-squares happening simultaneously during a full moon. This is tremendous amounts of energy. Any astrologer will be scratching their heads going, holy crap, this is an incredible amount of energy building up here. And I would have to just say, yes, it is. Because it is going to force us to look at something. It's going to force us to change. It's going to force us in a new direction. And we unfortunately may take it out on the people closest to us, because this involves other people. This involves your emotions and your foundations. This involves your career and your partners. And of course, this is also the 9th house about the future. And could be politics. Who knows? Maybe there's more surprises coming up in the political arena. Nothing. And I've said this at the beginning of the year. This is going to be a monumental year for change. We're going to see a bunch of stuff going on that is weird and out of the ordinary. And I've already predicted on some of my other videos, chances are in the United States we will not see an election, or it'll be postponed in some way. I've already said that. So anyway, it could be surprises related to that. And so we'll see. We'll have to see how it plays itself out. Now on the 22nd, the energy starts to shift a little bit more. The sun finally leaves Leo and goes into Virgo in the 10th house of career and status. So many of you are going to be thinking about your career and well-being and caring for others. But again, it's still very tricky because the sun enters 0 degrees of Virgo and automatically runs right into Pluto. Again, another inconjunct, so confusing, uncertain. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Where am I going? What do I need to do to fix this? You're going to be questioning all of it because Virgo is the analyst. And so we have Venus now and the sun here, and the sun will be going through here for the next 30 days. So you'll be trying to repair whatever damage is being done psychologically, emotionally, or physically to your home life, to your business, to your partnerships. This is all going to be on the table. Now, Mercury does finally go direct on the 28th, right there. It's in stationary position before it moves forward. It will not come back into its full strength, so to speak, for at least a couple of weeks, because it'll move forward and it'll start picking up speed. And then once it gets to the point where it went retrograde, now it's in a better position. But unfortunately, Mercury will go back into Virgo. So we'll be analyzing everything back and forth again. Okay, and so this is the kind of cycles that we're seeing as astrologers, So do the best you can, fix the problems, the little irritants that are coming up, and and do the best that we all can. And finally, on the 29th, we have Venus entering Libra. Now, this is a mostly a peaceful alignment. It's making a favorable alignment to Pluto. So you may be able to resolve some issues that you had with a partnership or a relationship of some kind, or political nonsense that maybe you've been involved with other family members or somebody else in your life. So this will help out a bit more. So I see the end of the month being a little bit more favorable. So you have the beginning of the month and the end of the month being favorable, but the middle is just really hard energy coming in, which will affect us all. All right, so there you have it. If you enjoyed this video and maybe you want to learn more about astrology, check out the video that I have right after this about my private community. All right, so do the best you can, Sagittarius, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hi, thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck, because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.